And so Kenyans will be even in a deeper shit. Oh, no, that is not parliamentary. I'm sorry. Parliament will be in a deeper hole. That hole, that big hole.
A very good morning and welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Boniface Owino, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. Now, over time now, the president has been lying to us, and he has been saying things just for the sake of saying. Like yesterday, he was talking. I had the president saying that they will be paying a flight ticket for any person who will want to go abroad, who want to go outside. So you can prepare yourself. If you want to go to work outside, the president and the government will be paying for you a flight ticket, a free flight ticket to go to where you want to go to. If you want to go for a vacation, something like that. But that is not what I want us to talk about. Yesterday, during the engagement of citizens at Town Towers in Mombasa, there is this lady that was asking the president some of the questions. And I'll just quote some of the questions that she was asking the president before I play you the video, and then I give you time also in the comment section so that you can tell me what you think concerning this. The president have been lying, just like I've said. And over now 1 or 2 months, the Gen Zs have been on the streets wanting to do this, stopping the president from doing this. They stopped the president from signing the finance bill. Now they pressurize the president to fire all the CSS. And right now they are on the streets again. They're planning to go back on the street now, perhaps on 8th. And some have even filed petitions. 14 Kenyans have filed petition to remove William Ruto together with Rigathi Gachagua from the office, which I'll talk about in the next video. I'll analyze that in the next video because I've been sent the petition itself. So I'll go through it and then I'll come back so that I can analyze that. But before that, we've seen these people putting on t-shirts. The Gen Zs have been putting on t-shirts on every occasion on the streets. They've been putting on the t-shirts. But these t-shirts have never had any politician's name. I've never had any politician's picture, photo. They've been carrying banners. They've been carrying the flags. These flags have not been sponsored or have never been bought by any politician, according to how I know it. The president is talking about a broad-based government. Now, my question is, if the president is talking about the broad-based government, and the other time he talked about, he said that he engaged people before appointing the new CSS that he appointed. If at all he engaged the people, then why is it that the people are still questioning? Why is it that the people are still furious about his new cabinet? With people like Kindiki, with people like Aden Duale, with people like Alias Anjoho, with people like Kipchuma Murkomen. Why are people still furious about them? If at all he engaged people, then if I know what I know is that if at all the president engaged people, then the people could have told him that the president, we want this, we don't want this person, don't bring this person back. Instead of this person, replace him with this person. So that is now the engagement. But now the president is just doing things for the sake of doing them, simply because he wants change for himself. He wants change for himself and the Kenya Kwanza government. He doesn't want a change that brings all the Kenyans together. You know, taking one person from Mombasa, taking 2 people from Siaya, taking 1 person from Kisii, and 6 people from Mount Kenya, around 2 people from your own area, 1 person from Masai Land, doesn't mean that now you form a broad-based government. You've not engaged everybody in the country. You only engaged those people simply because they're coming from those areas, but you've not heard what people are saying. So the president is telling us that he engaged everybody. If at all he engaged the people, then what is the position of this young generation? What is the position of the Gen Zs in this broad-based government? Because they are the ones that drove the president now to a point of now nominating these CSs. He's the one. The Gen Zs are the people that now made it possible for all the CSs that were not working, people like Aisha Juma, who are just slaying people like Moses Kuria, who are just talking for the sake of talking. People like Kipchumba Murkomen, who have been brought back, who are just doing things, who are just showing us a lavish life, the way they're living, the way they're putting on expensive watches. The Gen Zs are the one that drove this thing to come to a point that now the president can rethink. Now, the question is, what is their position in this government? Another question is this. The president is trying to, all of the time I've heard the president trying to compare Kenya and Singapore, all that. But there is something we have to understand with Singapore. Singapore's government do not joke with corruption. Singapore's government do not joke with corruption. And one thing that Singapore does is that if at all you are a politician and you are corrupt, they deal severely and they have a very serious penalty with corruption. But what is happening right now is that even the nominated CSS, some of them have got cases with the EACC. But what we see, we still find them in the government. They still want to work for the government. Yet they are supposed to be held accountable, responsible for some. They still have some questions to answer. But the president is still bringing them back to the board to work with the Kenyans. The last thing that the president talks about is time. And I would like to ask this question: that the president wants us to give him time limit, like let's say 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 1 year, or maybe 6 months or 9 months. So my biggest question has been this: the president wants time so that he can deliver a period of 6 months. If he was given 2 years, he did not deliver with the people that he had. Right now, he's asking for another 1 month, or he is asking for another 6 months or 1 year. How sure are we that he's going to deliver the same way he could have delivered? How sure are we that he's going to deliver? And if at all he doesn't deliver, will it force the Gen Zs to come back to the streets again, to strike, to demonstrate, so that he can do the needful?
Yes, there is a lady there.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kadra Hussein from More Radio. Mr. President, allow me to just ask a follow-up question on what my colleague has asked. You say that you consulted from different political formation. From what we have as a people, the people who are on the streets did not have T-shirts printed with political parties, identification. Neither did they carry banners that had colors of representation of a political party. So in your broad-based government, as you have said, you've consulted and you've also had people from ODM working with you. Where is the interest of the people being featured in your broad-based government, as they are the ones who prompted us to have this change that we are having right now? Now, to my question, I want us to just take time back, from the inception of the Kenya Kwanza government. When you took the oath of office, you promised to protect the Constitution of Kenya and ensure that the justice system functions well. You protect the rule of law. When you were making your statement on Wednesday, if I'm not wrong, you told us about amendments of some few clauses of the Constitution, including Public Finance Management Act. You also talked about witness, something to do with that. That is an act of in the Constitution of Kenya. But the populace has this question: why would we talk about amendments? Why? Those very clauses that we have in the Constitution are not being respected. Like, I'll give you an example: extrajudicial killings, that we have seen, not unless, we can be given files of crime for the people who died. And then also, on that, we had arbitrary arrests. We also have forced disappearances, not unless also the government can explain to the people where these people are, or maybe if you have the information on that. Also, other things is that media rights and freedom, from media censorship and also being granted the opportunity to have the information needed to be given to the public. Also, another issue which I'll just say is on the commission and independent offices, like KNCHR, that is the Kenya National Commission for Human Rights, which you can be publicly held to account when you said about the numbers of people who died. And also we have IPOA, where they've been talking about frustrations in getting information that is necessary to prosecute some of the officers who had gone rogue during the protest. That is just an example I'm giving you about the Constitution. And also something else on leadership and integrity, whereby even one nominated person among those whom you've nominated in your cabinet is actually facing graft case in the EACC currently as we speak. And you talked about Singapore on development. Just a reminder, Mr. President, that in Singapore they have extreme, serious penalties when it comes to matters corruption. Same as Indonesia. That just shows you how grave economic crimes are, especially matters corruption. So I want to ask you, Mr. President, you've told the Kenyans to give you timeline, actually to give you time to work on these issues, to set things right. If we are to hold you responsible today, Mr. President, what is the way forward from now on, seeing that there is the respect of the rule of law, the very constitution that you sought to protect, and also in the event that these timelines expire, the ones you've given us, 6 months, 9 months, 3 months, 30 days, if they expire and we see no change, would you wait for the youth to start pushing for you to, out of government? And also, would you heed to the pressure that right now we are actually seeing 14 Kenyans have moved to the courts actually asking for the ouster of you, Mr. President? What do you have to say about that?
Thank you very much.
We don't know what the president is thinking when he comes publicly to lie to us, thinking that we are not learned, thinking that we don't know a lot of things. I don't know what to think concerning this video. I would also like to know your thought at the comment section. But just a reminder, if you're viewing for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can also like and share and drop me a comment and tell me what you think and where you're watching us from. As I normally say, that feedback is normally the key thing in any form of communication, and not fail to appreciate those who have been giving us support, because without your support, this channel cannot grow. And please don't forget to like after watching this video. Until we meet again in the next video, I've been your host, Boniface Awino. Bye-bye.